Mr. Chairman. Ms. Davis, let's go back to this issue, all the data that you all are collecting on kids through your program where you're tracking them, you're doing the digital experience surveys. What do you do with that data, and how long do you keep it, and do you have the parents' permission to do that research?
Whenever we do research, we use the most stringent privacy protections, and whenever we do research with minors, we certainly get parental consent.
You get parental consent. Why don't you submit to us for the record a screenshot of what you use as a parental consent form? Will you do that?
Senator, I'd be happy to take your request back to the teams that do the research.
No, we want a copy of the form. If you get parental consent, there has to be some kind of form that's signed. So even if it's a digital signature, so why don't you submit that to the record? Will you submit the form for the record?
Senator, I will go back to the teams and bring that request to them.
Okay. The Wall Street Journal articles have had a big impact and have helped to bring some sunlight to your practices. And I'm sure that Mr. Zuckerberg was not pleased with this. And in some of the documents we've seen that there's a real lack of governance. It's kind of his way or the highway at Facebook. So how long have you worked at Facebook?
I've worked there for 7 years.
7 years, okay. And have you all deleted any documents since you learned about whistleblower and the Wall Street Journal reporting?
Senator, we would not do anything in violation of any law. There are 60,000 employees. I have no idea if any, I would never suggest that I know what emails one of our 60,000 employees have deleted.
Okay, well, how are you restricting access to data internally? Have your policies changed since the Wall Street Journal articles?
Senator, not that I'm aware of, certainly.
Okay, so you don't know if there's a parental consent form, even though you say you have people sign one, if you're going to do research on their children. I would be interested to see if it's similar to a medical release form that parents have to sign. And you don't know if you've changed any practices about data handled internally or if you've eliminated data. Okay, let me ask you this. Will you commit that Facebook will not take revenge, retribution, or retaliation against the whistleblower?
Senator, we would never retaliate against someone coming to speak for speaking to Congress. That's just not who we are.
Okay, but you're not going to say about the actions. I wasn't asking about speaking in Congress. I was asking about the actions, but we'll leave that where it is. Are you aware of Facebook enabling tracking on the Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang province in China when they would download Messenger? Are you aware that they've put tracking and spyware in Messenger in China?
Senator, in fact, we did not put that tracking spyware. We found that tracking spyware. We removed it. We've briefed the Senate on it.
Okay. Why did Senator Blumenthal's office so easily access Instagram and set up this account for a 13-year-old, and then immediately they began to receive information about eating disorders and self-harm content? What kind of artificial intelligence are you using that would direct them that way?
Senator, we do not direct people towards content that promotes eating disorders. That actually violates our policies, and we remove that content when we become aware of it. We actually use AI to find content like that
Okay,
and
so
to
what you're
remove it.
saying is the experience that Senator Blumenthal's office had is an outlier or an anomaly. Is that correct?
Senator Blackburn, I haven't seen the particular things. I would take a look, but I can tell you
Oh,
that our
I'm certain
policies,
he
it's
can
against our
send you
policies.
the digital copy of the poster that he had here. So thank you. And Mr. Chairman, I yield my time.